As we're approaching the holiday of Purim, I was asked by a few people to give a sort of rundown of the holiday. So first off, the most important thing to note is that this is probably the most underrated holiday of the year. Everybody knows that Yom Kippur is a day that you can make it or break it. That's why the majority of the Jewish nation fasts on that day. What the Arizal teaches us is that Yom HaPurim is not any less than that. And it represents a day of connecting to God out of love, out of happiness. And the Ohev Yisrael, one of the special Sfarim, they bring down that a person that's happy on this month, on this day specifically, he's able to bring and pull into his life happiness for the whole year. So this is a big day, this is a big opportunity. And we're preparing ourselves for this day. The thing is that for us to get the blessing that's supposed to come down, this blessing of happiness, we need to make sure that we're focused in, our antennas are tuned, and the first thing is this Shabbat coming up. We have the most important Torah reading of the whole year, Parashat Zechor. That's why it's extremely important that on Shabbat day, everyone will go and hear the Torah. Then following up, we have Wednesday. Wednesday is Ta'anit Esther. It's a relatively easy fast. The fast starts at about 5:45 in the morning, 6 in the morning in the West Coast, depending on where you are. You're allowed to wake up early, drink something. If you want to eat something before the fast starts, all you have to do is before going to sleep, just verbalize that you're not taking the fast until the morning. Now, we have that short fast. That fast is actually coming to remind us of the huge fast that Esther Malka did, the 72-hour fast that she did before coming and meeting with Achashverosh. Now, the reason why we need to remind ourselves of that is because really, our tendency in life is to look at things from a very practical perspective. And practically speaking, you haven't seen the king in a month. The king had a policy that whoever comes in and is not invited, if the king does not accept the person, they cut off his head on the spot. The reason for that is because the previous king, Melech Sancheriv, he was killed by his own children. So Esther Malka knew that she was putting herself at risk. Now when you go, you want to make sure you look good, you look pretty, and Esther Malka, instead of that, fasts for 72 hours. All of us know that after Yom Kippur, after 25 hours of fasting, much less than 72 hours, we feel like we can't sit and meet with anyone. So the reason she did that was because she wanted to prove that, God, I'm completely relying on you. And we, on this day, we kind of try to do a remembrance for her fast by taking this 12-hour short fast. Following with Wednesday night, we have the Megillah reading, the first one. Now, the point that we're actually trying to acquire over here is we're trying to prove something to God. And that is, if we look at Wednesday, Wednesday is a fast day. Thursday, the big mitzvah is to have a suudah, to have a big meal. Sometimes people don't utilize that day. They look at it as another work day. It's such a special day. It's a day where we should definitely be involved in a suudah with the rabbis, good energy, and there is a lot of secrets behind that. So this day, Thursday, we're actually doing the opposite of what we did Wednesday. Wednesday we fasted, we proved to God that we're willing to take the materialism, take the physical world and put it aside for Him. And Thursday we're showing God that we want God to teach us how to take the physical world and bring Him into it. And that is a very, very big part of our lives. We know that Ramchal writes in Mesilat Yesharim that there are two levels, Perishut and Kedusha. Perishut means that you're able to abstain, you're able to distance yourself from things. That's the first level you attain. But in actuality, that's not what God wants of us. Judaism is all about balance. It's all about first not being addicted to the material and then figuring out the right place to put it in your life. So even though we know God hates a person who gets drunk, but on this specific day, we learn how to actually use that attribute for a good thing. Because as we know, when you drink, your heart gets merry. And when the wine comes in, the secret comes out, and the secret means who you really are. It's a powerful day for prayers. Just want to finish off with this point that we have a few mitzvot. We spoke about the reading on Wednesday night. There is the second reading, which is the more important, even though we have to do both of them, reading on Thursday day. That is the day where we do the Suudah, and we have the two important mitzvot of Mishloach Manot and Matanot Levyonim, which is giving tzedakah, proving to God on that day that we want to help the needy. Mishloach Manot is supposed to go to people that we might have some conflict with them, proving to God that we want to make peace. It's a day where we can reach tremendously high levels, and when we utilize this day and we do things the proper way, then we're able to bring the blessings to our life for the whole year. Sheyeh Shabbat Shalom and Purim Sameach Lekulam.